Did you know that nearly 90% of wild-flowering plants depend to some extent on animal pollination? Or that the global decline in pollinators could put the production of crops like apples, strawberries, and almonds at risk? Pollinators such as bees, butterflies, and birds play an indispensable role in our ecosystem. They help plants reproduce, leading to fruit and vegetable growth, and the creation of habitats for other wildlife. They're the unsung heroes of nature, working diligently to keep our planet green and growing. However, these vital creatures are in alarming decline. Habitat loss, pesticides, and climate change pose significant challenges to their survival. It's a dire situation that impacts not only our environment but also our food supply and economy. But here's the good news: you can make a difference right in your own backyard by creating a pollinator-friendly garden. It's an act of conservation that not only benefits the environment but also brings beauty and life to your outdoor space. A pollinator garden isn't just a boon for bees and butterflies, it benefits us as well. Picture a vibrant living mosaic of colors and textures, a hotbed of activity where bees buzz from flower to flower, butterflies flutter in the sunlight, and a myriad of creatures great and small thrive. This is the beauty of a pollinator garden, an oasis that supports a rich tapestry of life. But beyond the aesthetics, these gardens play a crucial role in our environment. By attracting a diverse range of pollinators, they help increase biodiversity, strengthening the resilience of our local ecosystems. What's more, pollinator gardens contribute significantly to food production. Many of the fruits, vegetables, and nuts we enjoy depend on pollinators, and these gardens provide the perfect habitat for these essential creatures. Even better, pollinator gardens can help improve local water quality. By reducing runoff and promoting soil health, these gardens help filter and clean our water. So, are you ready to roll up your sleeves and create your own pollinator haven? Planning is key to creating a successful pollinator garden. And the first step in this planning process is selecting the perfect location for your garden. You'll want to choose a spot that receives at least 6 hours of sunlight each day, as most flowering plants that attract pollinators require plenty of sunlight to thrive. Now let's talk about size. The size of your garden can vary based on the space you have available. Even a small garden can make a big difference. However, the larger the garden, the more potential it has to attract a variety of pollinators. So whether you have a sprawling backyard or a modest balcony, remember that every space can contribute to supporting our pollinator friends. Once you have your location and size determined, it's time to choose the plants. This is where you can really make a difference in the lives of local bees, butterflies, and other pollinators. The key here is diversity. Try to incorporate a wide variety of flowering plants that bloom at different times of the year. This way, your garden can provide a constant source of nectar and pollen throughout the seasons. And while it's tempting to pick plants solely based on their aesthetic appeal, it's essential to prioritize native plants. These are the plants that your local pollinators have co-evolved with and are best adapted to your region's climate and soil conditions. They're not just beautiful, they're beneficial too. Think of your garden as a buffet for pollinators. The more options, the better. Include plants of different heights and flower shapes to cater to different species preferences. For instance, bees are drawn to flowers with a landing platform like sunflowers, while butterflies prefer tubular flowers like honeysuckle. And finally, consider including host plants in your garden, those special plants that certain butterflies lay their eggs on and their caterpillars feed on. For example, if you want to attract monarch butterflies, be sure to include milkweed in your garden, their host plant. Remember, the best garden is one that caters to the specific needs of your local pollinators. With careful planning and thoughtful plant selection, your garden can become a haven for these invaluable creatures, contributing to biodiversity and the health of our ecosystem. Now that you've got your garden planned out, it's time to choose your plants. The key to a successful pollinator garden is diversity. By planting a variety of native species, you can attract a wider range of pollinators and offer them a buffet of nectar and pollen. Let's start with some bee-friendly plants. Goldenrods, asters, and sunflowers are great choices. They are rich in nectar and pollen, and their bright colors are irresistible to bees. These plants typically bloom in late summer and autumn, providing food for bees when many other plants have stopped blooming. For butterflies, consider planting milkweed, phlox, and coneflowers. Milkweed is particularly important as it's the only plant where monarch butterflies lay their eggs. These plants also have large, flat flowers that provide a landing pad for butterflies to rest and sip nectar. And let's not forget about hummingbirds, those tiny, fast-flying pollinators. They are attracted to tubular flowers where they can dip their long beaks in to reach the nectar. Plants like bee balm, salvia, and trumpet vine are perfect for them. Remember, different plants bloom at different times, so aim for a mix that will ensure something is always in bloom. Also, consider the care requirements of each plant. Some may need more sun or water than others, so plan accordingly. By selecting a variety of plants that bloom at different times, you can provide a constant source of food for pollinators. With your plan in hand and your plants chosen, you're ready to start creating your garden. The first step is site preparation. This involves clearing the area of any weeds or debris and ensuring the soil is healthy and ready to support your new plants. You can enrich your soil with organic compost, which not only provides nutrients for your plants, but also helps retain water. Next, it's time to plant. Arrange your plants according to your plan, keeping in mind the space each plant needs to grow. Dig a hole twice as wide and just as deep as the plant's root ball. Place your plant in, and then backfill the hole with soil, pressing down gently to remove any air pockets. Remember to water thoroughly after planting. After the planting is complete, mulch your garden. This helps to suppress weeds, retain moisture, and maintain soil temperature. Just be sure to leave some bare spots for ground nesting bees. Ongoing care is an essential part of your garden's success. Regular watering, especially during dry periods, is crucial. Deadheading or removing spent flowers can encourage more blooms, and remember, avoid using pesticides. They can harm your pollinators. Lastly, be patient. Gardens don't grow overnight. It may take a season or two before your plants fully establish and start attracting a variety of pollinators. But trust me, it's worth the wait. And just like that, you've transformed your yard into a sanctuary for pollinators. A truly pollinator-friendly garden is one that's sustainable. So how can we achieve this? Let's dive in. First, avoid the use of pesticides. They can harm not only the pests you're trying to control but also beneficial insects, including pollinators. Instead, opt for natural pest control methods such as introducing beneficial insects or using plant companions that deter pests. Next, consider water conservation. Selecting plants adapted to your local climate will reduce the need for supplemental watering. You can also use mulch to reduce evaporation and collect rainwater to use during drier periods. Lastly, embrace organic practices. Composting is a fantastic way to recycle kitchen and garden waste into nutrient-rich soil conditioner. It improves soil health, reduces the need for chemical fertilizers, and helps your plants thrive. By following these practices, you're not just helping pollinators, you're also contributing to a healthier planet. Creating a pollinator garden is a rewarding experience, but why stop there? Extend this joy to your community. Share your newfound knowledge about the importance of pollinator gardens. Offer your neighbors some seeds, perhaps start a local gardening group. Organize a workshop to educate others about these precious habitats. The more pollinator gardens we have, the more we support our buzzing friends. And remember, every little flower counts. Together, we can create a world where pollinators thrive. So, there you have it, your step-by-step guide to creating a pollinator garden. We've explored the importance of these vibrant gardens in supporting our local wildlife, particularly bees, butterflies, and other pollinators. We've highlighted the benefits of these gardens, not just for our buzzing friends, but also for enhancing biodiversity and contributing to food production. We've walked you through the planning process, from selecting a location and determining the size, to choosing the right plants that will attract these pollinators. We've dived deep into the world of beneficial plants, and we've shared with you the process of creating a pollinator garden, from preparing the site to planting and ongoing care. We've discussed sustainable practices and the importance of avoiding pesticides, conserving water, and incorporating organic practices. We've encouraged you to engage with your community, to share resources, and to spread the message. Now it's your turn. Start planning your pollinator garden today and share your progress with us. Every garden makes a difference. Let's create a buzz.